subtraction. A child wasn't following. So the teacher decided to use food or objects to explain his point. So he said to the child, if your father gives you 100 naira to buy akara, beans ball of 60 naira, how much change will you give to your father? And the boy said, no change. That's how he could describe his father. And the teacher said, listen attentively. I'm telling you 10, and then you use 6 naira. How much will remain? The boy said, no change. The teacher was patient, looked at the boy and asked again, do you understand the question? And the boy said, you don't know my father. My father can never give you 10 naira and expect 4 naira change. If he wants you to buy something of 6 naira, he's going to give you 6 naira. So how will a child describe you if we call the children now? On that note, I want to say good evening, everyone. I want to thank the daddies, our pastors, for bringing Unmute the Voices to your church today. This topic is a topic that every sector needs to discuss holistically, because it appears the parents today, some parents today are missing it. So I want to say thank you for having us, and thank you for believing that the group Unmute the Voices will do justice to this topic. So I take on my topic quickly. You and your child. You and your child. Who are you? And who is your child? Children are among the greatest blessings and responsibilities entrusted to humanity. The future of every society depends largely on how children are raised, trained, and guided. I've seen parents that would come to school to tell you, I don't want my children to go through what I went through. I don't want my children to suffer what I suffered. So I ask a simple question. Your child trekking to school, do you define that as suffering? Your child taking home assignments, do you define that as suffering? It's a question that is begging for answer. The relationship between parents and their children plays a major role in shaping the emotional, moral, social, intellectual, and spiritual development of the child. You and your child today is focusing on the duties, attitudes, and responsibilities of parents or guardians towards their children. Parenting is not limited to giving birth to a child or providing food and clothing. Unfortunately, these are the things most parents look at. When you tell them the bad behavior, the maladaptive behavior of their children today, some parents, they will break down crying and tell you, I provide everything. I pay their fees. I provide sufficient food. I buy them clothes. So what are they looking for? They are looking for your time. Tell somebody, give your children quality time.
Give your children quality time.
Thank you. It involves continuous love, care, discipline, guidance, protection, education, and emotional support. Every child needs a stable environment where they can grow with confidence and security. Parents serve as the first teachers, role models, counselors, and protectors of their children. The values children learn at home often determine the kind of adults they will become in future. That's where you see some children in school today, they don't care about how they look. And when you take time to go beyond talking to the children, you will appreciate where they are coming from. Like a teacher sent for a child's parents. The moment the father came, the teacher said, no need. Well, sir, you can go back. I'll manage your child like that. Because the moment the father arrived, you can tell the kind of upbringing the child has been getting. In today's topic, we are looking at so many things I'll try as much as possible to rush this paper so that our mommy can come in because she's loaded with practical experiences she will share. Praise the Lord. Now, as parents, you have to discipline your child with love, patience, and understanding. I have been to places where some people will tell other parents, your child needs an iron hand. And so you want to discipline the child, it looks like armed robbery. Like the headers today, if they kidnap anybody for no offense, someone is kidnapped for no offense, they beat the person to stupor. Maybe your child has committed an offense and you beat the child to stupor. Is it commensurate with the offense the child has committed? Sometimes some offenses these children commit that we beat them for, it is just enough for you to say, sit there for 10 minutes. But some will pick cane, after flogging with one cane, the cane is scattered, you pick another one, and you say it's not sufficient. And you know there are some children, they want to hold back, they don't want to cry. And you say, this child is not crying, this child is very stubborn, you need more cane. Praise the Lord, somebody. And you know, some common challenges parents face. Parenting is not always easy. Parents often face several challenges while raising their children. Financial difficulties. I've seen parents that will tell their children, do you know my plan for you was to put you in a very big school, but things are not working as planned, that's why you're in this school. But that is not bad, so long the child is not left unattended to. Praise the Lord. Lack of money may make it difficult to provide children's needs adequately, but that does not mean you should neglect them. Another thing that goes in the mind of the children, that disturbs the children as they grow, is peer pressure. Children may be influenced negatively by friends or social groups. Another one is technology and social media. Excessive use of phone, television, and social media can affect children's behavior and academic performance. I know we are in the era of technology, and a lot of parents will say to you, I want to give my child a phone. If you give your child a phone, you have not committed an offense, depending on the age of the child. But one thing you fail to do is to give them time. Let's say you give a child a phone to use. If the child is 16 and above, you can tell the child, at 8 p.m., I want the phone in my room. Because if you leave the child with the phone all night, the child may be awake until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. before sleeping. Another one, which I mentioned before, lack of time. Busy work schedule may reduce family interaction and communication. And I tell you today, with all sincerity, we need quality time with our children. Parents in those days were able to bond very well with their children. You know why? They went to farm with their children. They trekked long distances with their children. And while they trekked, they communicated. Praise the Lord. Praise Master. There is correction and discipline. Because there is no communication between the parents and their children. And it is very unfortunate, to a very great extent today, some children are giving birth to children. So who takes care of who? Praise the Lord. Now, for us to build a strong parent-child relationship, a healthy relationship between parents and children creates emotional stability and trust. So what do? Spend quality time together with your children. I can remember in those days, parents would use the small lamp in the center of the room. All the children will sit, eat from the same plate, and they tell stories at night. That has completely gone. Parents want their children to be very comfortable. Television in this one's room, television in that one's room, television in the sitting room. And what the parents will say, I don't want any child to disturb me in the afternoon. Let me give you my example, I'm rounding up now. There was television in my children's room, the sitting room, and the auntie's room. I woke up one night at 1 o'clock, they were watching television, dancing, one set, they were dancing. Another one, moving. You know what I did? I cut the cables. Because I know what I want. Praise the Lord, somebody. I know what I want, so I cut the cables so they won't use it. So everybody come to the sitting room and watch television. And you know, sometimes you give them roles to do, you give them responsibilities, you leave home early in the morning. You come back in the afternoon, much is not done. And they tell you they've been working. Like in my own case, when I told them, do this, I'm going out, I'll come back by 10, 11. By the time I got back at 10, 11, there was light, so I knew they were watching television.
So what have you been doing? Say, mommy, I did this and I saw everything not done. I walked close to the television, touched it, it was hot. Okay, I got the rod. And once I picked the cane, they will recite it for me. Foolishness is bound in the heart of and the rod of correction will do what? Chase it away. So don't go with the parents of these days that will tell you, I don't flog my children. You are not obeying that portion of the Bible that says, flog the child when the child misbehaves. But the flogging is with wisdom. Praise the Lord. Parents should create time for conversation, games, meals, and family activities. Your conversation with your child helps the child a lot. How many of us have games at home with the children? If you say yes now, I wish I have time, I'll go to your children and ask. If they have Ludo, I know you have a lot of them. If they have the common game, Ludo or what? Or chess, or any game, it's very good for family bonding. So if you don't have, get one. Another one, listen to the children. There is difference between listening and hearing. If you don't listen to the children, they will take advantage of you and do what they are not supposed to do. They come and tell you, I told you. Let me give you an example. Have you ever asked your child, why did you do this? I said, mommy, I told you. You say, when? And then the child will tell you, yesterday when you were watching television, I told you around 8 o'clock. You even walk here, you told me yes. Because you weren't paying attention. So the children, when they know that that time you are busy, you are not giving, you will not wait to question them. They will come to you at that time and do what they are not supposed to do because they know you query them. Another one, encourage talent. Always encourage their little efforts. Like I tell people, if you say, if you want to grade fish and monkey, you are going to miss it because the fish is good in the water, monkey is good on the tree. If you put the monkey in the river, monkey cannot swim, right? And if you move the fish from the river to the tree, the fish cannot climb. Now, all your children have talents. Some have more talents. Every little effort they make, encourage them for the good ones. And they teach respect and kindness. Now, what are the consequences of poor parenting? What we are seeing in the society today is parental failure. So we have poor parenting style today. And what are the consequences? Juvenile delinquency. Once our mommy comes to the stage, you are going to hear a lot. I'm sure some stories she will tell you, you will doubt it. But these are things that have happened. For the past 2 years, we have the records. Another one, drug abuse is on the increase. Like in my church recently, I discovered that children come to school to church with a bottle of Coke in the morning. It is not just Coke, something is added. When I told my pastor, these teenagers, they are doing something, I said, no, I said, okay, let's test the Coke. And when we tested, it wasn't testing like normal Coke. So you see the children in the morning with a bottle of Coke or a bottle of kind of drink, please find out what the content is. Another one, low self-esteem for the children. If you don't explore all the parenting styles, like authoritarian, laissez-faire, you just use one parenting style, like very, very authoritative, you are going to bring your children's self-esteem very low. I'm rounding up. Praise the Lord. So what am I recommending? Parents should open more quality time. Parents should spend more quality time with their children. Families should encourage open communication and understanding. Parents should avoid abusive forms of discipline. And then parents should monitor peer influence and media exposure. Whether you like it or not, Nigerian media system is so bad that they can just do anything unimaginable, post it, and you begin to see circulating and the children will begin to watch. I tell you this sincerely and honestly. There are some videos I will see, it ends on my phone because I'll delete it after watching. I don't need to rebroadcast this. Praise the Lord. Parents should monitor peer influence and media exposure, and then moral and spiritual training should be emphasized in homes. Parents should support the educational and emotional needs of their children, like what we are doing today. This will go a long way to impact the lives of our children. Thank you for your time. Thank you. So now I bring on stage.
Unmute the Voices on Child and Gender Abuse Foundation. If you see something, say something so that we can do something together.